Welcome back to the channel. As the water cools down in Central Florida, the bass bite heats up. In today's video, we are going to capitalize on the aggressive bite using treble hook hard baits, specifically shallow diving crankbaits.
Crankbait. Oh, well, that's a big old, what is that? It's a pickerel. That thing's giant. Oh my goodness, that looks like a muskie. When it came up, I was like, what is that? I gotta use a big old mouth. That is not what I thought it was gonna be, that's for sure.
I know what you're thinking. Pickerel are trash fish, but I have learned that other predator fish can point you in the right direction to what and where the bass are hidden. They are feeding on the same bait, and I use every bite and fish I catch, regardless of species, towards figuring out the temperament of the fish on any given day.
Definitely pulling him on the tail or something. Yeah, no, he's unhooked now.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and please like and share this video. Now let's get back to the video.
They're eating the crankbait pretty good so far. I put one on. I kept thinking about the other, but this is perfect cranking bit. It's a decent fish too. Crankbait, little rapple. Pretty fish. Go cranker. Cranker's getting it done so far. Oh,
that seems to be the trick, huh? Crankbait.
the other day, that one almost hit it exactly like the other day. I was jerking, and about 8 feet from the boat, I could see my bait high, and 3 of them came up and fought for it and caught one, but it almost did the same thing because he hit it up high. Oh, I got another one. That looks like pickerel. That one dives too much. You are more than welcome to have this one. Okay, so let's talk about how I'm fishing this crankbait here in Florida. Florida's a different beast because you have all that grass. But crankbait fishing in general is all about making contact with whatever structure you're fishing, whether it be gravel bottom, shell bars, or in our case in Florida, grass. You want that bait to just contact that structure that you're fishing. Now what I'm looking for here is I'm basically looking for those high mats of grass, and I'm sitting in about 8 to 10 feet of water, and I'm looking for that high spot, and where that high spot is, it'll want to break off slowly and taper out to where it literally just drops off and makes an edge, and that edge is in about 8 or 9 feet of water, and then it kind of grows sparsely up into that 4-foot range before it tops out. I'm trying to throw that crankbait on that stretch where it's just submerged about 4 or 5 feet below and then breaks off the edge. I'm just reeling that bait down so it barely makes contact and deflects off that structure or just rides along the top. You got to make sure that in Florida you're not choosing a crankbait with such a big bill that it's going to want to dive down and then gather in that grass. Once it gets in that grass and the treble hooks get down in that grass, that retrieve is pretty much wasted. You just want it to be able to just barely touch or ride along the top of that grass. And now in Florida, the grass doesn't grow like in a big flat horizontal. It's always stringy. So we're not trying to reach the bottoms of those little holes. We're just trying to reach the top. In this case, this Rapala, or Rapala, depending on how you say it, is going to want to reach depths of about 4 to 6 feet. And that's about where I'm hooking these fish. And so choosing the right crankbait makes a difference. You know, something that reaches that 4 to 6 depth, sometimes 2 to 3 little square bills. But that's crankbait fishing in Florida. We don't very often, unless you're fishing those shell bars with 5XDs, 6XDs, which is another video, because you can do that. But when you're fishing over the top of grass, keep it shallow running and keep it where it's just ticking the top of that surface.
I'm seeing them here this morning so far. That one spot back there where I see them going. This spot, there was just, oh, there he is. There's like 3 of them with it too. Crankbait. Barely got that back hook. Seems like when you hook one, if they bite it close, you can see like 3 or 4 with them. They're all chasing. I never saw fish. I don't know where he came from because I didn't see any down there. It must, it's like right on the bottom. I've seen what looked like potentially fish, but sure, never saw that fish. Never saw. Coming real close to the spot. Or last week, saw several. Crankbait. Let's be catching them some on the crankbait today. That's a decent one too. Ah, he had it on his, like right in his skull. That was a decent one. They're like headbutting it, like they're barely getting it. I don't know if it was in his skull, but it was. I could see the bait was up on his noggin, so I don't know if he had a hook in his mouth or not. Yeah, I've not hooked one good on the crankbait where they like had it. Back hook or just nipping at it. Got some depth right here. I think this is why we caught him here. Oh, there he is. Crankbait. Exactly where they were. Exactly. We got that. Oh, see, they're come off again. Just barely got them hooked. They're just nipping it. Yeah, I see fish here. This is right where that kind of grass drip drops off to a deeper hole.
When you're crankbait fishing, it's crucial to replace your trebles with ultra-sharp sticky hooks. This was one of several fish that flopped off at the boat. You can bet once I got home I replaced the hooks to be ready for the next day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Till next time, tight lines.